A developer has an application that stores data in an Amazon S3 bucket. The application uses an HTTP API to store and retrieve objects. When the put object API operation adds objects to the S3 bucket, the developer must encrypt these objects at rest by using server-side encryption with Amazon S3 managed keys. Which solution will guarantee that any upload request without the mandated encryption is not processed? Set the encryption key for SSE S3 in the HTTP header of every request. Use an S3 bucket policy to deny permission to upload an object unless the request has this header. Invoke the put object API operation and set the XAMZ server-side encryption header as AES256. Use an S3 bucket policy to deny permission to upload an object unless the request has this header. Invoke the put object API operation and set the XAMZ server-side encryption header as SSE S3. Use an S3 bucket policy to deny permission to upload an object unless the request has this header. Invoke the put object API operation and set the XAMZ server-side encryption header as AWS KMS. Use an S3 bucket policy to deny permission to upload an object unless the request has the header. Okay, B. Invoke the put object API operation and set the XAMZ server-side encryption header as AES256. Right, use the bucket policy to deny permission to upload an object unless the request has this. You are a developer for a web application written in Net, which uses the AWS SDK. You need to implement an authentication mechanism that returns a JWT. Which AWS service will help you with token handling and management? Cognito Identity Pools, API Gateway, Cognito User Pools, Cognito Sync. Cognito User Pools. After successful authentication, Cognito returns user pool tokens to your app. Okay. You can use the tokens to grant your users access. Makes sense. A development team wants to build an application using serverless architecture. The team plans to use AWS Lambda functions extensively to achieve this goal. The developers of the team work on different programming languages like Python, Net, and JavaScript. The team wants to model the cloud infrastructure using any of these programming languages. Which service or tool should the team use for the given use case? Cloud Development Kit, Serverless Application Model, Code Deploy, Cloud Formation. Cloud Development Kit. Okay. Okay, supports multiple programming languages. Okay, a developer is testing SQS queues in a development environment. The queue, along with all its contents, has to be deleted after testing. Which SQS API should be used for this requirement? Delete queue, remove queue, purge queue, remove permission. Delete queue. It deletes the queue specified by the queue URL regardless of the queue's content. When you delete a queue, any messages in the queue are no longer available. ECS Fargate container tasks are usually spread across AZs, and the underlying workloads need persistent cross-AZ shared access to the data volumes configured for the container tasks. Which of the following solutions is the best choice for these workloads? AWS Gateway Storage Volumes, Spine Mounts, Amazon EFS Volumes, Docker Volumes. Amazon EFS Volumes. They provide a simple, scalable, and persistent file storage for use with your Amazon ECS tasks. All right. One more. You are running workloads on AWS and have embedded RDS database connection strings within each web server hosting your applications. After failing a security audit, you are looking at a different approach to store your secrets securely and automatically rotate the database credentials. Which service can you use to address this use case? SSM parameter store, systems manager, KMS, secrets manager. Secrets manager enables you to easily rotate, manage, and retrieve database credentials, API keys, and other secrets throughout their life cycle. Okay.